What's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Hope you did enjoy the last video of my CRF 250 bike transformation. But before we get into today's video, I'd just like to give a big shout out to OK Clothing for keeping me warm and cozy. This jumper is an old one and it's just like the day I had it. So the code will be on the screen now to get yourself 10% discount, Jack Biffle 10 in the checkout. So go check out their website. But today we'll be showing you how to change motocross tyres. They're renowned to be really difficult, but we did pick up a TMT5 tyre changing machine. I'm 14, I've never changed a tyre in my life, so it's going to be really good to see if I can do it with this. So let's get straight into today's video. So we are going to run you through some of the features which the TMT5 does have. One being a foot operated bead breaker, and then that does also convert to a push arm, so if we foot operated also to push the tyre off the rim. And then also it can be adjustable from 16 inch to 21 depending on what size wheels you have. Then also this bit of kit here pushes the tyre back onto the rim once it's all putting back on, and that also helps without scratching the rim. So one thing I did forget to mention is this machine is used by Team Dunlop in the MXGP paddock. I'll insert a clip now as it is really fast at changing tyres. So we have taken off the wheel now and we need to put it on stand disc face down. So there we are with that. And then actually on the push arm there is a spindle that goes through the hub to keep it in place. Pull this a little lever and it goes down. And then we need to put this in place. There we are. And then what we're going to do now is deflate the tyre. It's also on their website. They do tyre irons and also this little piece to take out the valve. So it's just going to be a more speedy process to get the tyre deflated. So this is the tool. We've just taken out the valve. So now the tyre should be deflated, so let's use this arm and break the bead. So now the tyre is deflated, this is where the foot operated bead breaker comes into play. So look how easy that breaks the bead. So now I just need to remove the rim lock so I can finish breaking the bead around this side. So now this is off, we can push the rim lock out of the way and continue to break the bead. So another feature on the TMT5, here on the arm is a little slot so we can put this in there and then push. So now the bead is broken when you get the tyre off the rim, and this is the only part we will be using tyre irons, but this machine does come with a little holder for them. So now we take one and we will be using this little machine foot operated bead breaker for this. Slot them in and then move it around a few inches and do the same process. So now that all 4 tyre irons are in, now it's just a simple process of pulling them over. So now I can take out these 3 tyre irons and then work around the rest of the rim with just one. So what we need to do now is get the tyre completely off the rim, so we need to convert this. Now we have converted the bead breaker into the push arm, and what we're going to do is push the tyre, which creates that hole. Put tyre iron in, move about an inch, and push again, and keep doing that until it's off. there we are. Front tyre's off. So with that one taken off, the first thing we need to do with the new tyre is see if it's rotational. So if we check, yep, it does say has rotation marks on. You can see that. And also it has got one down here. Has we've got one there. Little arrows, just like on the Dunlop, if you can see. Where is he? There. It has also got rotational arrows, so that just means it goes on that way once it's fitted to the bike. But one thing we need to do now is put a bit of talcum powder in. As you can see, we have got a bit of rust on the old tyre. That's due to moisture getting in there. So that talcum powder will just absorb that. But let's get doing that and fit it. We have gone for the good old Johnson's baby powder. So now we just spin the tyre around. This process is a bit messy, but we've put a bit more in. Spin it round. That'll just absorb all the moisture. So as you can see, there's quite a good coat in there now, the baby powder, but we're just going to put it on, making sure the rotation is correct, as it is. So it is important to check the tube to see if you have pinched it, because the last thing you want is to put it all back together and see it doesn't hold the air. So we're going to deflate this a bit now, put it back into the tyre. So it's a bit deflated now, and we're just going to slide it into the tyre. By inflating the inner tube, this should just help so it doesn't get pinched when you put it back on. So that's all seated in there now. So we're just going to find where the valve hole is. To make sure it doesn't come back out, we're going to put the dust cap on, a few threads, and then next we're going to work around the tyre using the push arm. So now with the dust cap on, we're just going to use our body weight to push against the tyre, and then use the push arm to seat the bead back on. So that is one side of the tyre on the rim. Now we're just going to use this push arm, so no tyre irons involved or scratching the rim, to push on the rest of the tyre. So now I'm just using the push arm to get the rest of the tyre on, and then we are going to use the bead breaker to hold it in place while I go around with the push arm. So we're nearly there now. What you got to do with the push arm is just go around and take little bites at a time. Then that is the tyre put on. So now the tyre is on, we need to reinstall the rim lock and also put the valve cover on. But come have a look, there's no nicks in the paint. It's done a really good job and it's really handy. Pick one up for yourself.